Another episode of Yomimon. This one is against my buddy Alex. He goes by Snorkus in game, and it's also from the NU tournament. So, looking at his team, I really didn't know who to choose because I had no experience with Vileplume, a little bit with Camerupt, and every time I looked at his Kangaskhan, I'm like, is it going to Mega? No, this is NU. You can't do that. And I can't remember that squid's name for the life of me, but I think that's okay. So, here I'm thinking of all my Pokemon. I'm like, Swellow's the fastest. It's not the strongest, but it can hit the hardest. So I'm choosing to lead out with that Pokemon because I just need that Guts power boost whenever it comes out. So we're gonna start the match, and I call him Zach because of the whole Power Rangers theme, and he brings out his Kangaskhan, and I'm like, all right, don't know what to expect. I protect to get my life orb, not my life orb, my flame orb up. But at the same time, he does fake out, which you're going to expect from a Kangaskhan, especially if it leads out. And then I didn't know what to do, so I did quick attack because I was anticipating the sucker punch. And this time I was able to beat out the sucker punch. But then I should have done Brave Bird at this point, but I don't know. Whenever it comes to like these inner Yomi mind games, this is a point in the game where I falter quite a bit because I knew that he wanted to sucker punch me, and if I did Brave Bird, he would have sucker punched me. I don't know if it would have been a knockout either. I don't think it would have been, but I was a little scared of that, and I did 3 quick attacks when I should have Brave Birded, and Brave Bird would have knocked it out, but it knocks me out with a return and has a power up, and I lose one of my fastest and strongest attackers in the game, and that was one of the ways that I kind of messed up. So I bring in Tommy, the Green 6 Ranger, do a Mach Punch, just knock it out really quick. I'm sorry, Dragon Zord, I love you, but you gotta go. And so then he brings in Zera, I think that's how you say that, which is Vileplume, and I'm like, I don't know what to do against this thing. Well, expect Sleep Powder, of course, because it's a grass Pokemon, and it's always going to want you to put you to sleep, but I wanted it to miss because the chances aren't horrible, but and I don't ever like to use luck when it comes to things, but it was kind of a very interesting turn of events where I wake up, I do knockoff because I thought it would do solid damage, but apparently Vileplume's really bulky. But of course, my girder is meant to be bulky as well, so that's why I kind of kept it in here for all these things, kind of get into Sludge Bomb, Sleep Dance, which was in hindsight probably not the best thing to do because I thought I could knock it out with this ice punch when I wake up and do, but I was like, it's like, no, no. And then here I keep it in because I'm like, Sleep Powder, are you going to miss? Third time in a row. And hey, that's sometimes how the game goes. And so I'm like, Vileplume, what I'm going to do about you? So finally, he does Moonlight. I'm like, ew, that's not good. And again, if I had more experience with Vileplume, I should know this, but I didn't. And this time I actually stay asleep. So now he's almost got back up to full life. And I'm like, I got to get him out of here. I bring in my Avalugg at this point because I'm like, I know you don't have the special bulks, and I know that the Sludge Bomb's going to do a lot of damage. But I'm hoping because you have a lot of HP, you can survive it and then knock it out with a Avalanche. So it does Sludge Bomb again, and I'm all like, all right, you got this, Avila, you got this. Hangs on with 4 HP. I hope that was a high roll that just he survived. But then I do it, and it doesn't knock it out. This is a game where all the knockouts that I wanted to get, I didn't get, and I was just working behind the 8 ball the entire time. He does Giga Drain in case I switch out, which I'm not because Ottoman's slow and can't really do anything outside of that. And I cannot carry any steel types, so I'm not going to be able to block his Sludge Bomb in any way. So finally, I'm like, bring out Jason. He scars Flamethrower, knock him out if he doesn't switch out. He could have switched out there, and brought in like Feraligatr or something. And I didn't want to get caught into my eruption by doing that. But then he brings in Feraligatr. I'm all like, oh crap, gotta switch out. Now, normally, like if you're going against a water type, you might be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna bring out my dry skin Pokemon. But no, I brought out Kimberly because I was like, hey, he might try to Earthquake me, right? And I already lost my flyer, but she has Levitate, so I can do that. And but he does return, which ended up being good in my case anyway. And I hide behind my sub because I'm like, all right, let's go. I can, turn this around with my nasty plotting, shadow balling, psychicking, Miss Magius, the magician of all magicians. But no, he brings out the best trick and just does roar. And I'm like, are you what? Seriously? Are you seriously reading me like a book right now? So then his camera up, Mega Evolves, which you expect because there's only 3 Megas in NU. And I'm like, alright, but I can handle this. I got Surf. I can do this. But again, here's another one where you're like, wait, is it? Nope, not gonna knock it out. Even with Life Orb, super effective, times 4. Why is that thing so bulky? What the hell? Right? And then so it does the flamethrower on me. It's super effective because of my dry skin. I'm just getting knocked out left and right. Finally, I bring him his Magius again because I'm like, I'm faster. You only have base 20 speed. Uh, Wednesday Adams. No, it's camera up. But so I knew I could take it out, but I'm way behind here. Like, there is not much I can do. And then here, I'm like, all right, I guess it's speed tie time. No, no. I don't know if he was scarfed or if I just lost the speed tide, but I'm like, this match is just not going well for me today, is it? But all losing matches are something you can learn from. So this one, I'm like, all right, you have a little bit of life down. I think I can do an eruption and take you out. Like, I know that Miss Magius has a lot of special bulk. That's part of the reason why I chose it. But again, I am not getting my knockouts. Like, I can't get a single knockout when I want to get a knockout at all. And I'm just like, what is this? What the hell is this? Like, I get the knockout from Life Orb damage, so it's not scarfed, right? So I guess I did lose the speed tie. And then here I am against Feraligatr now, which I'm like, I'm behind the 8 ball. There's not much I can do here. So I bring out Tommy again because I'm like, I want to be able to not be an eruption anymore. So that's the reason why I switch out there. And he does Waterfall, and I know at 35 HP I'm not surviving this. But then he's going to come in and it's going to be Typhlosion versus Feraligatr as the starters, but, you know, alas, it doesn't go for him, even though I have the speed with the, Choice Scar. He has Aqua Jet, so that is a 1 and done. So, that was an interesting match. I really got to check my calculations, but, you know what? Just check out these other matches, and I'll see you next time. Peace.